Yasodhanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Vraja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Om Vijubha Paramahamsa Prabhupada Kacharya Ashotara Sata Sri Srimati Svangres et Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vijubha Paramahamsa Prabhupada Kacharya Ashotara Sata Sri Srimati Svangres Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kundgiri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Srimati Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai. Sri Sri Gaunitai Ki Jai. Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev Ki Jai. Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the Sambhavatis. All glories to the Sambhavatis. All glories to the Sambhavatis. All glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutade Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Devatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, 11th chapter, entitled Swambhuva Manu advises Dhruva Maharaj. Shloka number 26. Hare Krishna. Esha Bhutani Bhutatma Bhutesho Bhuta Bhavanaha Swasaktya Mayaya Yukta Srijatyati Chapati Cha Esha Bhutani Bhutatma Bhutesho Bhuta Bhavanaha Swasaktya Mayaya Yukta Sujjatyati Chapati Cha Esha Bhutani Bhutatma Bhutesho Bhuta Bhavanaha Swasaktya Mayaya Yukta Sujatyati chapati cha. Vaishnavis, Eshaha, this, Bhutani, all created beings, Bhuta Atma, the super soul of all living entities, Bhuta Isaha, the controller of everyone, Bhuta Bhavanaha, the maintainer of everyone, Swasaktya, through his energy, Mayaya, the external energy, Yuktaha, through such agency, Srujati, creates, Ati, annihilates, Cha, and Pati, maintains, Cha, and. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the super soul of all living entities. He is the controller and maintainer of everyone. Through the agency of his external energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates everyone. Please repeat. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the super soul of all living entities. He is the controller and maintainer of everyone. Through the agency of his external energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates everyone. Sri Sri Gauranitai ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. There are two kinds of energies in the matter of creation. The Lord creates this material world through His external material energy, whereas the spiritual world is a manifestation of His internal energy. He is always associated with the internal energy, but he is always aloof from the material energy. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 4th sloka, the Lord says, Mastani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. All living entities are living on me or on my energy, but I am not everywhere. He is personally always situated in the spiritual world. In the material world also, wherever the Supreme Lord is personally present, is to be understood as being the spiritual world. For example, the Lord is worshipped in the temple by pure devotees. The temple is therefore to be understood as being the spiritual world. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Dhyananjana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakham Vitansya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Swayambhuva Manu is giving his instructions to Dhruva Maharaj in all the slokas in this chapter. And now he is coming to some conclusion. The conclusion will be just surrender to the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. You have nothing else to do. You give up all your activities. Sarva dharman parityajya. Mam ekam saranam vraja. You think that you are a great Kshatriya. You are involved in a just war, dharmic war, dharma yuddha, against the yakshas. But the conclusion of all scriptures is that sarva dharman parityajya. You give up this Kshatriya business, at least for the time being, and you just surrender unto the Supreme Lord. So these are the teachings of Swayambhuva Manu to Dhruva Maharaj. In this sloka, Swayambhuva Manu repeats what he has mentioned earlier, is that the Supreme Lord is the super soul of all living entities. You cannot escape from his sight. He is observing everything. He knows everything, past, present, future. You cannot just take your destiny in your hand. He is the master of the destinies of everyone. He is the controller and maintainer of everyone. To the agency of his external energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates everyone. So that is a very essential teaching of Swayambhuva Manu that is found in all the Vedic scriptures, especially when we read Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We understand also that the Lord is the supreme controller, the supreme proprietor, and the only friend, only enjoyer of everything. So what remains for the living entities? Simply surrender. That will be the best course of action. You cannot take your destiny in your hand. You have to submit yourself. So this is the teachings of Swayambhuva Manu to Dhruva. And Srila Prabhupada quotes from the Bhagavad Gita, Matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avastitaha. From the 9th chapter, 4th sloka. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avastitaha. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So that is the great mystery of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this world, is that the background for this material world is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, God, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. He is in the background and unseen from anyone. He is the initiator, he is the maintainer, and he is the destroyer. So, how to understand this? Because at the same time, Lord Krishna says, although I am the source of everything, I am controlling everything, but I am not personally present. So that is the great mystery. If somebody creates something, he has to be present there. But Lord Krishna says, I create everything, but I am not there. So how to understand? It is beyond our comprehension. We should not try to speculate and make some artificial theory about the creation of this world. We should simply follow the scriptures, and in this way we shall be able to understand a little bit about the glories of the Supreme Lord. He is not ordinary human being. Prabhupada sometimes compares with a god in the Greek mythology. Greece has a very ancient civilization dating at least about 3,000 years ago, and they have their own epics where there is a mention about God and so on. Like in these epics, it is described that God is supporting the world on his shoulders, no? Like this, keeping his hand like this behind his head, and he is very he is straining himself, supporting the world. That is a depiction found in the Greek mythology. So this is not the real picture of God. God is not straining himself to maintain the world as Atlas. His name is Atlas. Atlas also is found in the ordinary vocabulary. Atlas means a map of the world that is called Atlas. So Atlas earlier was the name of God in the Greek mythology, who is supporting the universe in this manner. So they have some idea that God is a creator, but their idea was like a very, a childish idea. Not coming near to the glory of the Supreme Lord, who remains aloof from the creation. He is not affected by the material creation. He is beyond the material energy, beyond the three gunas, and his form, his name, pastimes are inconceivable for the tiny living entities, including human beings. They may have their own theories. All the philosophers from thousands of years, they have tried to understand whether there is God, what is his existence, how does he exist, how is he related to the material world, how is he related to us. They have written so many theories, and so many different philosophies have come in the human society. Some of them are atheists, some of them are pantheists. What is pantheism? Pantheism means that the Supreme Lord, God, has created the whole universe, and he lost himself in the universe. In other words, he has lost his identity by creating the world, He became the world. He became the world. He has not retained his own individual existence. Here he is lost in the world. That is called pantheism. That is also a Greek word. Pan means everything, and theism means God. So pantheism means everything is God. And similarly, in the India also, there has been some philosophers who have described that what is called Brahma Parinam Vad. Brahma Parinam Vad, like Bhaskar Acharya. He has written commentary on the Brahma Sutra. And there he has described that Brahman, the supreme Godhead, the supreme absolute truth, has transformed itself into the world. He became the world. So the world is Brahman. And there is nothing more than that. So they have also a similar idea as the pantheists of the ancient Greeks. But it is very clear from the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, that although the Supreme Lord is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer, he has remained aloof. He is forever aloof. And he has his own individuality. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada quotes from Bhagavad Gita that Lord Krishna says that by my unmanifested form, the whole universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. So we understand that God has a personal form and he has his impersonal manifestation also that is distributed everywhere throughout the creation. So the Supreme Lord has different levels of understanding. Just like the Bhagavatam says, there are three levels: Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the highest. And Paramatma is the expansion of Bhagavan, situated in everyone's heart. And Brahman is the impersonal manifestation of Godhead, everywhere, expanded everywhere. So God is everywhere, but at the same time, he remains aloof. So that is very important consideration that we have to understand very carefully. In the purport to this sloka, Srila Prabhupada says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not perceivable to the gross material senses. Ata Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet grayam indriyai sevan mukhe jivado swayam eva spuratyadaha. Lord Sri Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, etc. cannot be understood by material senses. Only to one who is engaged in pure devotional service under proper guidance is he revealed. So that is very important, that nobody can understand God except his devotees. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvataha tato mam tatvato Gyatva visate tadanantaram. Lord Krishna says, only through bhakti can one understand me in truth. And those who are engaged in such a manner in my devotional service, they only are eligible to enter into the spiritual kingdom. So this is the conclusion. And Srila Prabhupada also explains that in this way, the Supreme Lord has two main energies. One is material energy, through which he creates the world, maintains, annihilates. The whole world is basically the material energy. And the Lord also has a spiritual energy. Yoga Maya. There is Mahamaya, Yoga Maya. So Yoga Maya, the spiritual energy, the Yoga Maya is manifesting the entire spiritual world. This material world is a very small fraction of the entire manifestation. It is called Ekapad Vibhuti. Ekapad means one portion, only one portion. If we consider 4 portions altogether, there will be 1 portion for the material world and 3 portions for the spiritual world. Actually, the spiritual world is infinite. It is ever expanding. But if we want to speak in a mathematical manner, so that we may have some idea, then it is considered to be a Tripad Vibhuti. And this is Ekapad Vibhuti. So Lord Krishna says, only by a small fragment of my energy, I create and maintain the entire material world. So it is very insignificant for Lord Krishna, this material world. He is always situated in the spiritual world. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhutaha. In the Brahma Samhita it is explained that Lord Krishna resides in his own abode, Goloka Vrindavan, Goloka eva nivasati. And at the same time, through his impersonal energy, Akhilatma Bhutaha, he is present everywhere, situated. So various energies, Vividhaiva Sruyate, he is in this way looking after the entire spiritual and material world, although situated personally only in the spiritual world. But the material world is maintained by his expansion as the material energy. Lord Srila Prabhupada mentions that wherever Lord Krishna resides, that is the spiritual world. He says, he is personally always situated in the spiritual world. In the material world also, wherever the Supreme Lord is personally present, is to be understood as being the spiritual world. So Lord Krishna can go anywhere. Just like to give an example, we have here in every country, we have government, and now in India we have for every state a governor. So governor is presiding over all the functions of the state. He is the head of the state government, even though he does not participate directly in the day-to-day affairs. But he is overlooking from his own superior position about the affairs of the state. So in this way, he has his own residence. That is the replica of the President Nilayam in New Delhi. The replica is here in every state, in the capital city. Governor is staying there. That is his personal abode. But sometimes governor may decide, I will go to the jail, Chenchalguda jail. There are 2 or 3 jails in Hyderabad. One Chenchalguda jail. So he decides, I'll go there, I'll see what's happening there. I may give some instructions to the prisoners and to the staff members of the jail. Like this, he is deciding, or she is deciding, if she is lady governor, at the present moment, lady governor. So, the governor is going into jail, and the prisoners are seeing, governor also became prisoner. He has become also one of us. She has entered. What happened? They don't know. But she has entered he has entered the jail. He has become one of us. So that is the mentality of the prisoners. Avajananti Mahamuda Manushim Tanuma Satan. Lord Krishna says, foolish people, they think that when I come to this world, I become ordinary human being, just like them. So if the governor enters the jail for giving good advice and for the giving blessing to all the people there, it is not that the governor has become a prisoner. Of her own will, he or she has entered the jail for the good purpose, for the enlightenment of the people there. Similarly, Lord Krishna comes as avatar. Some people say God cannot come to this world. Impossible. He is in his own kingdom. He never moves from there. He is staying there. He cannot go anywhere else. He cannot come to this world. The Christians are saying like that. They cannot accept the avatar of the Lord. The Lord is coming to this world to give to show himself, to show his leelas, to protect his devotees and so on. They don't accept this. They think God is only in the highest heaven. And some others are thinking that when God comes here, he becomes ordinary conditioned soul. So these are all the mistaken ideas. We have to clear our mind and remove all the misconceptions regarding the Lord appearance, disappearance, creation, and so on. So, Avyakta Murtina. What is the meaning of Avyakta Murtina? That means, actually, although we cannot see him, everything is resting in him. Everything is resting on the Lord's energies. He cannot be seen directly. Only when he comes as an avatar, then we can have the chance to see him as he came as Lord Krishna or Lord Ramachandra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, those who were contemporary, they could see the Lord face to face. Even then, most of them could not recognize. And therefore, even then, at that time, the Lord could not be understood by everyone. But he is giving his mercy in that manner. So, in this way, the Lord is directing the wanderings of all living entities. He is the Lord of creation, maintenance, and also dissolution. Here in this sloka, Srujati Ati Paticha. Srujati means creation. Ati means destruction. Ati has also the meaning of devouring, eating. The Lord is the supreme eater. He is eating everything. He has that ability. We cannot do. We can eat only little, 2 chapatis, little sabji. But the Lord can eat the entire material world. That is what he does at the time of universal annihilation. Everything enters into the belly of the Supreme Lord, Mahavishnu. So, when he creates, everything comes out, and then the material energy is arranging everything gradually. And when everything is destroyed, everything goes back into the body of Mahavishnu. He is a supreme eater. Therefore, ati, destruction, eating. The description is there also in the Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, the vision of the Vishwarupa. Arjuna is seeing this enormous form of the Lord that is very frightening. And at one point, Lord Krishna is showing Arjuna that all these kings, all these soldiers, they are already dead, because they are all coming and entering into the mouth of Lord Krishna, Vishwarupa. All of these soldiers, they are entering forcibly. There is no question of self-defense, they cannot argue. They enter forcibly into the mouth of the universal form. Some of them are stuck between the teeth. So somehow they enter into the mouth forcibly and they are killed in that manner. Lord Krishna wanted to show Arjuna that all these soldiers are already killed. But now the battle is going to take place. I just wanted to show you what will be the result. You need not fear. The Pandavas will survive, but everybody else will be killed. So, Nimittamatram Bhava Savyasachin. O Arjuna, simply become an instrument. The destiny of all these kings already settled. They are already killed. But now you just be an instrument. Just fight as a Kshatriya. You do your duty and everything will be over within a short time. So that is the unlimited potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore Dhruva should try to understand that actually his brother Uttama was not directly killed by a yaksha. That was a wrong understanding. He was killed, his life was over because of the will of the Lord, by the will of the Lord. And therefore there is no question of taking revenge. He should accept the destiny as imposed upon him and imposed upon everybody. Everybody has got his own destiny. At the time of birth, we take birth and our destiny is already fixed, that we are going to live for so many years or so many days. That duration of life is already fixed. We have a fixed amount of breath. We are breathing, constantly. So that amount of breath is already fixed. So there is no need to lament, no need to take revenge, no need to be angry, no need to be despondent. The only recourse, the only thing that human beings should do, simply to surrender at the lotus feet of the Lord. Then they'll be happy. They will get all protection and all knowledge, all blissful situation, and at the end of life, they'll go back home, back to Godhead. So the teachings of Swambhuva Manu are the same as the teachings of Lord Krishna from Bhagavad Gita. There are other slokas also after this one. Nachamatstani bhutani pasyame yogamaiswaran. Lord Krishna said, pasyame yogamaiswaran. You just try to understand my inconceivable potency. Bhuta bhrunnacha bhutasto mamadma bhuta bhavanaha. Yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation. For myself is the very source of creation. So this is very important teachings. Try to understand the supreme glory of the Supreme Lord, who is the creator, maintainer, destroyer, of everything. At the same time, he has his own individual existence. He is unborn. He is endless. He is unchanging. And he has a relationship with all his devotees, enjoying the spiritual world. That is the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam. So mostly those who are reading the Bhagavatam, they go to the 10th skanda, 5th chapter, or the 5th chapter regarding the Ras Lila. But before entering to Ras Lila, how Krishna is enjoying with the gopis in the bushes of Vrindavan, we should understand the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Lord. So that is why we are going to the Bhagavatam step by step. And then at the end, 10th skanda will come to the Lila, Krishna Lila, the personal life of Lord Krishna. Before that, we should know that Lord Krishna is always transcendental to all situations. Just like the governor in the prison, the governor will visit the jail, but he has his own position. He is transcendental to the jail activities. That we should understand. Hare Krishna. I have to also mention that now this special time for book distribution is going on throughout Iskcon. Throughout the world, all the Iskcon centers are competing for distributing maximum number of books, Srila Prabhupada's books, because Srila Prabhupada wanted that the book distribution is the most essential aspect of our mission. Harinam Sankirtan, book distribution, deity worship in the temple, as explained here also in the purport. This is not Hyderabad, this is Goloka Vrindavan, because Lord Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan is worshipped here. And therefore, this is Vrindavan Dham, and he is also Navadvip, Mayapur Dham. Gaurnita is also personally present, accepting the service of the devotees. And the Jagannath Puri, also Jagannath Subhadra Baladev. Srila Prabhupada told us that these deities have been installed. Along with the deities, the Dham also installed. Therefore, there is no need to go to Vrindavan Dham or Mayapur, Navadvip, Jagannath Puri. Everything is here in this temple. In one place, you can take darshan of all the dhams and be blessed by the personal presence of the Supreme Lord. So all this has to be understood. And that can be understood through reading, studying Srila Prabhupada's books. And therefore, there must be book distribution. Without distributing the books, then people in general will not develop the proper knowledge how to worship Lord Krishna, what is Krishna consciousness. They will not have that enlightenment. Enlightenment can come only from reading the proper literature from the Acharya. Srila Prabhupada has given so much literature. He has spent so much time in writing these books. And therefore, he constantly told us to distribute the books. This is a very essential aspect of our mission. Just like at the beginning, we didn't have any book, practically speaking. A few English books were coming gradually. And there was no Telugu books in Andhra Pradesh for distribution. And so we had our programs, we had public programs everywhere in Andhra Pradesh. Achyutananda Swami was speaker in all these programs. So we used to arrange, and we are thinking these programs are very successful. Thousands of people are coming and they participate in this program. They are hearing the lectures very attentively. So Prabhupada came to know that our mission in Andhra Pradesh is very successful. We have very big public programs with Achyutananda Swami and other disciples. So Prabhupada said that how many books have been distributed? You are telling this is a very successful program. My only question is, all right, but how many books you have distributed? Oh, few books, Prabhupada, few books distributed. So we have only a few English books. Then Prabhupada was not impressed. Without book distribution, how can it be a successful program? So that is the main problem at that time. So therefore, when Prabhupada came here in 1976 to open the Radha Madan Mohan temple, his mission was twofold. 50% for temple opening, 50% to initiate, to start the book printing, Telugu book printing, BBT. Prabhupada started the BBT here for printing the Telugu books. And he said this is 50% of our mission is there. So gradually we printed the Telugu books and now it is being distributed. And it should increase. Prabhupada was telling at the end of the book distribution, December, where there were meetings and all the temples were giving their results of book distribution. So everybody was very happy. The book distribution had increased. And Prabhupada was telling, all right, now double it. Double it. That was the main motto. Prabhupada was not thinking that, oh, you have done very good. So now, okay, everything is all right now. So, but no, double it means that they have to break their head how to increase the book distribution, how to develop traveling parties, how to increase their book production and so on, how to engage everyone in book distribution, and how to go everywhere. So double it, that is the what Srila Prabhupada teachings. So we understand from this that we should never become satisfied. Now everything is okay. We are a beautiful temple. People are coming. People are giving some donation. We are able to maintain a temple. No, that is not what Prabhupada had in mind. Prabhupada wanted everybody should have a full set of my books. In every house, there should be a full set of Prabhupada books. That would be the ideal situation. We are quite far from that. So therefore, a lot of seva is there for all the disciples, especially in this marathon book distribution. Everybody can take part and distribute books. Doesn't matter, as devotional service means that there is no failure. Everything is in the hands of Lord Krishna. Simply we have to give our best, our devotion, our heart, our mind, our soul for the service of the Lord, Guru Seva, Krishna Seva. And result, that is not in our hand, that is Lord Krishna will arrange for the result. So we need not worry about that, but we should be sincere. Just like this morning I saw Radhesham Prabhu, I asked him, he is going. I asked him, where do you go? I'm going to Vijayawada for book distribution. Oh, I was very happy to hear that such a great disciple who is so, famous as a great speaker, he could spend his whole time in giving lectures and like that. But he is also going on book distribution. So it is very good inspiration for everyone to do the same. I was also here. I joined this movement also because of book distribution. When I was in Paris, before going to India, I went to Paris to get a proper visa and all that. So I was traveling, I was just walking the street. Then I saw on the other side of the street that some kirtan party, some people are dancing around and chanting Hare Krishna. So I was looking at this. What is this? What are they doing? The music is nice. That's quite nice. So I was observing and hearing the music. I was quite happy to hear. Then I saw one disciple. I didn't know anything. So somebody came crossing the street and coming to me. And he had magazines. And he came to me and he gave me one magazine. Please take this magazine. So, all right, no problem. I can take a small magazine. I gave a few little money, and I took this magazine. Who was that disciple? Indradumna Swami. So, such a powerful preacher. I was blessed by his kind mercy, and I took the magazine. I started to read. And in this way, I became, I developed some knowledge about Krishna consciousness that later on I could join the Iskcon. Hare Krishna? Yeah, first interaction. Magazine. It was a French magazine. Back to Godhead in French language. Yeah, they were distributing this in the streets. Any other questions or comments? I kept the magazine in my luggage. Then I read the magazine. Then I came to India. I had already planned to come to India. That was, pardon? Yeah, my trip to India was already planned. I had gone to Paris to get my visa and all that. So it was very auspicious. In this way, I developed a relationship with the Iskcon society and disciples. Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. So after going everywhere to the entire universe in various species of life, wandering here and there in various species, then by the grace of Guru and Krishna, we get the seed, Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of devotional service. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.